Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I told you I'd bring this one back and disassemble it and let you know when it's gonna release. Well, you know what? It's been about 3 weeks since I got this knife and it is time. By the way, what should I call it? The intro knife? This is the Kaiser horn. I absolutely love this one. You can remove the thumb stud. I will put links in the description to every knife you see in this video. You already know, right? First, I have to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you, patrons, and thank you, channel members. You guys are freaking awesome. You're amazing. You're making this such a blast. I really appreciate you guys. So anyway, this knife roll, you can get this at MOJAVE Outdoor right now. It's like 22 bucks with my discount code. And this thing is sweet. It is heavy duty denim. I really like it. And if you have a bunch of patches and you do EDC patches, you can put patches, all the way around it, okay? I got to dial it back because I'm getting too excited. You already know. It comes with this really nice Kaiser pouch. But anyway, MOJAVE Outdoors, you know I have a discount code. It's in the description. But let's get to the knife that we're here to see. But isn't that cool? That is so cool. I really like this patch and the pouch. I've been carrying this bad boy for about 3 weeks now, pretty much 3 weeks on the nose. And I got to tell you, this is an absolute awesome EDC. I've been enjoying this knife. It is nice in the pocket. It's a nice carry. I really like it. And I'm going to tell you guys what I've learned about it and what I think about it. But I'll give you a good look in case you didn't see the first video. And by the way, the first video is going to have the unboxing and all the super duper details and the specs and stuff. I'll tell you a couple specs, but we're not going to go through that on this one because, well, you can go watch the other one and see all that good stuff. So this is the Kaiser Original Black, and there's 3 versions. The first version is about to come out, and I'm going to tell you about it here in just a minute. You have the black version. It's called the Original Black. The other one is the Original Green, and then the other one is the Original Gunmetal, and they all look sweet, and they are awesome. I cannot wait to see the other 2, but I'm going to give you this one right now. Nice up and close. Let's open it up. Are you ready? Pa-pow! Look at that. It opens so easy. You talk about a nice looking EDC. Now, you know, it's not like me to get excited about any kind of knife or anything. You know, I've never done that before, but there's this side and here's this side. And you know what? Let's go all the way up and down, all the way. Now you're going to be able to get this very soon. I'm going to tell you the date here in a minute. Teaser. Hey, why? Cause I gotta, at MOJAVE for, they're like $84, but with my discount, you can get it for $75.60. Which I think is an awesome deal. Look at that. There's your button. Really nice button. And let's see. Let's take a look at the blade. What's the blade say? Kaiser MOJAVE. And this is the number 000. There were at least 6 of these made that I know of. And there's your button. It has a really nice button going on. The button is comfortable. We're going to go up and down all of that. Tell you all about it. I just want to make sure you get a good look at this bad boy. Yeah, look at that. It still has a nice finish. I've cut fruits, vegetables, cardboard. I've opened packages. You know, I haven't hard used it. I haven't cut down trees with it or cut through bricks with it or anything crazy like that. You can see it has 154 cm blade steel. If we can do a little focus. There we go. Pow. But there's a good look at the knife. Now, let's get into some more good stuff. The last 3 weeks, I have carried this almost every single day. I missed a day or 2 by accident just because I rotate my knife so much, but I've had this in the pocket a ton. And look at that. It is still dead centered. It has a really nice tip on it. You got to have a nice tip, right? Just the tip, but really nice tip. And the lockup is right there at about the 50% mark. The lockup hasn't moved. It's still dead centered. It's still solid. There's no blade play. There's no rock up or down, left or right, so it is still solid. And I wish this thing had a counter on it so I knew how many times I have flicked this. It has got to be a crazy number. Now, it's kind of weird because I'm used to giving you all the specs, but I will tell you a couple of them because I know some of you haven't seen it. So total length on this is 6.88 inches, and this is a drop point blade, 154 cm blade steel, and it's only 2.61 ounces. You talk about lightweight, it's less than 3 ounces. Your blade's 2.96 inches. So all of you that are in the areas that have that 3-inch blade rule, guess what? You are made in the shade. You are good to go. And this is a matte oxidized aluminum scales. It's really nice. Enclosed, 3.89 inches. What do you think about that? I'm going to give you some size comparisons and then we'll get into the fun stuff, the action, the deployment, ergos, and then we'll take it apart, break it down, and disassemble it. Here's the Spyderco Para 3 and the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So now you know this isn't a huge knife. This is like an EDC size knife, a perfect EDC size knife. Here's the Spyderco Delica 4. How about that? And the CJRB Mylea. Love the Mylea. Little fidget knife, box opener, nice little cutter. How about the Civivi Lumi? The Lumi. Do you have a Lumi? And you have to have one of the versions of the QSP Penguin. This is the titanium version. There are so many versions I couldn't even begin to tell you. But look at there. As far as if you have a Penguin, now you have a really good idea the size of this knife. A very, very good idea. And here's a bigger one. How about the Kubi? The Kubi KU321, or it's also known as the Kubi Royal, and the Kaiser Mini Doman. And look at that. This was dyed by one of my subscribers and patrons and supporters of the channel. Absolutely appreciate it. So if you have a Doman, now you know what that is. And let's do just a couple more. How about the Kaiser SS1? Ah, okay, all right. And the SS1 is just about the same size as the Kaiser Feist. Here's one of my favorites. This is the Petrified Fish Scout. I like the Scout. I really like it a lot. A lot of folks got this one, so now you have one for comparison. And let's do one more. I haven't had this one on the channel in a long time. How about the Kershaw Leak? Look at that. I have seen more people with a Leak than I think any other knife just out in the public. A quick call to action before we do the deployment and the fidget factor and disassemble this knife. Make sure you're subscribed and you hit that bell button, and then right above it, hit the all button. That's how you know what's coming up next. That way you don't miss giveaways and new videos. And by the way, if you subscribe, it doesn't cost anything. There's no fee. It just helps YouTube say, oh, let this person know that there's some new content for Beez Blades. All right, so you ready? Let's check this out. I want to do the reverse flick because I do the reverse flick all day long. All day long. I would like to know if this knife just had a counter for how many times I've reverse flicked it. I would love to know how many times. It has to be like a couple thousand or more. I don't even know. Mrs. Beez will be like, are you flicking the button lock? I'll be like, yes. But look how easy that button is to use. Using your thumb, super easy. Super easy. I mean, oh, I just can't explain just how easy it is to use. Left-handed, same thing. I mean, it is just a dream. Very comfortable. The edges are all nice and round. There's no sharp edges whatsoever. I really, really like the soft feel of this aluminum. I mean, it's not soft, but you get what I'm saying. But left-handed, yes. I mean, the pocket clip is not reversible. And speaking of pocket clips, let me show you that real quick. No screws sticking up, no mushrooms growing in the shade. It's easy in and out of the pocket. It's a dream. And there's your pocket clip. It's gauge design. I almost forgot to tell you that. You guys already know I skip around sometimes. It happens. But back to the, ooh, yeah. Now, as far as detent, it doesn't have the strongest detent. It does not have a strong detent. I wouldn't call it weak. I wouldn't call it strong. I would say once you get this knife and you fidget with it and you use it a little bit, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Now, if you like a strong detent, you may not like it. But man, is it easy to pop open, and it almost sucks the blade in. Look at that. I mean, would you look at it? Just look at it. I mean, I could just sit here and do this all day, but this is not the fidget channel, right? So let's do the ergos. My hand from here to here is 4 inches. From here to here is 3.5. And from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. So here's me holding it. It's very comfortable. And here you go. So I don't ever hold it down here, but if you want to hold it this far down, it fills the hand. I have a full purchase on it. The pocket clip doesn't bother me whatsoever, but I find whenever I'm using it, I'm always holding it like this. Now, if you can see here, it's nice and flat under the pivot. It just, my middle finger just falls right in. You know, swing, swing, little swing, 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 swing. It just fits my hand very well. And while I'm thinking about it, here would be the only little issue. It's not an issue, but it depends on who you are. As far as sharpening choil, there's not really any sharpening choil per se, because right there at the bottom of the plunge grind is where your blade starts. So that would be the only, it depends on who you are, whether you do like that or you don't like that. But the ergos are extremely comfortable. I mean, you're not going to be cutting down trees with it, but you have a full solid grip. I've cut cardboard with it, which, by the way, it has not scratched up this coating. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing to know. Just saying. The ergos are absolutely comfortable. I don't have any hot spots. I can say that I can feel the pocket clip. It's not, ouch. It's like, hey, I'm a pocket clip. So it doesn't bother me. You talk about a really nice looking gentleman's knife, gentleman's carry, everyday carry. Super lightweight. You know what? let's go ahead and take it apart. This is everything you need to take your knives apart, take care of them, get you some KPL knife pivot lube. Of course, there's links in the description. I have a bunch of 10% off discounts to different places in the description. Get you some KPL and get you some of these swabs. You'll see how I use these swabs. You can use these to clean your knife out when it's not even taken apart, and get you a WeHa bit set. Don't get a cheap set. You already know, and it doubles as a second driver. Oh yeah. So let's get into this knife. So this side right here, obviously you're not going to go from there because you can't unscrew it from there. So we're going to go on this side. We're going to go from the show side. Now, usually it seems like I take them apart from the other side, but this time we're going to go from the old show side because, well, you know, you don't have much choice. We'll see how it works out. Here's your screw. There's your pivot screw. Looks like there might be one little tiny strip of a little bitty strip of Loctite on there. And that's a T8, and these are T6 body screws. Let's see how they come out. Oh, yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. This is my chance to tell you, don't forget to come to Beez Blades live at the Hive on Friday nights. Oh, right. So there's your little body screw. Looks like they have one tiny little strip of thread locker. So let's see if we get lucky enough and can take this apart from this side, which would be very nice. Very nice. Okay, so there's that bad boy. All right, so I've only taken a couple button locks apart before. How's it going to do? Oh, yeah, it lifts right off. And there's the inside. This is all one solid piece on both sides. And then you can see there's a steel insert right here. And check that out. I do like how they took the coating off so it's not going to slow down your action. Now, I have a piece of microfiber cloth here with a little bit of alcohol on it, a little rubbing alcohol. I'm just going to clean it out. You know, from 3 weeks of in the pocket, pretty much the only thing that's in there is a little bit of pocket lint, a little bit of pocket dust. But look at that, nice and clean, nice and shiny. Nice and shiny. And man, this is such a simple design to be so cool. There are your ceramic ball bearings. Nice, very nice. See, just pocket lint. It's about all we have in there. I'm going to lift this off, take this out. Oh, yeah, I just popped it all out. Here's your spring and your button. And it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad to get back in. We'll find out here in just a minute. I'm going to put these over here in these little notches on my pad. That way I don't lose them. I don't want to lose them. And there's that one. Now see how this is open side? Both open sides of the ball bearings go into this notch that's on each side of the blade. So you can see there's just a tad bit of stuff on the blade. It's not really that dirty. It's a pretty clean knife. I have to say, I really, really have had fun carrying this knife. And I'm going to keep carrying it. And see, we're getting some stuff out. And the action's already amazing. So, I mean, you can't really say, can it get better? Because can it? It was already so slick and smooth. I'm going to make sure I get everything out of all the little cracks and crevices. And then I'll show you the knife blade up close here. So see that notch there? I didn't get it all clean. You got to make sure it's nice and clean. There we go. Nice. Very, very nice. And this thing, Kaiser has this thing with their blades where they just drop like a dream. It is unreal. I'm going to get that off. I'm going to clean my bearings out. But if this is your first time watching Beez Blades, make sure you come to Friday night, Beez Blades live at the Hive. All right. We have so much fun, and if you're newer to the knife community, you will find out it is a fun place to be. It is an awesome community of a bunch of caring and giving people, and you know, if you're new, or if you've been around forever, and you're like, I'm not going to a live stream, nobody will see you, nobody knows you're there, you can see what we're talking about. Sometimes we're talking about cereal, while we're talking about knives, you know, it's whatever comes up, and if you have a question, man, there's no better place to ask a question than during the live stream. So look at that. I mean, would you look at it? Look how simple yet fancy. I don't know. I'm trying to find the words for simple yet sophisticated. There we go. Boom. There's all your parts. The sum of the parts. I'm going to give me a little bit of KPL Lube-doob. And I think the only tricky part about the button locks is just getting the button in, you know, kind of getting it at the right angle. So I'm going to put some of this KPL just around the inside right here. And then put some on this side. Don't need much. Obviously, we didn't need much. Didn't have any on it before as far as I could tell. So there's that. And then I'm going to start from this one. Put that ball bearing on there. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get a little more KPL. And I have to say, a lot of you really, really like the disassembly videos, and I like doing them. And if you're watching this right now, I have a little secret for you. There's going to be a special giveaway during a disassembly very, very soon for those of you who like to watch the disassemblies. So there's going to be quite the special giveaway for you all. Just letting you know. So everybody that skipped this part's not going to know about it. So the people that really love disassemblies are going to get a little extra benefit. So the button lock, I'm not going to put lube on the button lock. That'll give it some stick. You want the button dry. And I'm going to make sure and clean the button off here. And I am by no means an expert. You guys and gals are all going down this rabbit hole with me. And we're coming up on, it's almost been a full year. We're almost there. About another week and it'll be 1 year. Oh yeah, look at all that. That's going to make it nice and smooth. It's almost been 1 year of Beez Blades. Can you believe it? I mean, holy moly. Over 200 videos. Wow. It has been so much fun. All the live streams, all the community, all the people that I've met, all the people that I now call friends. It is just awesome. It's, you know, it's kind of like Cheers, where everybody knows your name, right? Okay, so without losing everything, I'm going to go ahead and set my spring in here and see if this is the way to go about it. And see, I'll mess up. That way you don't have to, right? Okay, let's go ahead and put my ball bearing on here. And then put a little bit of lube on it. Not that it really needs it. I know some folks don't use any at all. I always do. It definitely can't hurt, and usually it makes the action of knives even that much better. I really like the stuff, I just gotta say. All right, so we're gonna put our blade on. Obviously, it's gonna shut like that. Now, this, you see this right here, this notch? Where's our stop pin? I was getting ready to show you a stop pin that's not there. There's the stop pin, so all you have to do is put it back in its spot, right there. And put this dude back on there. Slide it back down. See how the stop pin is stopping the blade? And then when it shuts, the stop pin is going to stop right there. Let's get our other little dealio or little doodad. Let me give you an up nice and close look here. You guys already know I love the ball bearings. Love them. They're absolutely just so cool. I don't know why I think they're so cool, but I do. All right, so I'm thinking here. Did you notice I wasn't talking? I actually slowed down. You guys, you already know that I'm always rushing. Can't help it. Well, I'm not rushing, but I'm always rushing. We won't go there. All right, so I'm going to lift the blade up, put the button on. See this end right here that has that spot, the blade, this is nice and dry. I'm going to put that over top of the button, push down, and then at the same time put the blade on, because the blade is what holds that button in place. So let's see, I'm doing this all cockeyed. Okay, I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, look at here. My spring went sideways on me. That's not good. That's not good. I'm going to let you see me struggle. It's fine by me. Okay, there. Now I got my spring. You know, after I do this and I'm done, I'll think of a much easier way to have done this. But, you know, like I said, I'm no pro. Let me see if I can get this on here. Okay, now I've got it to where it's holding still. I'm going to put my finger here and hold it. Get the blade over top. And then the blade, the little notch in the blade is what's going to hold it. Wow, I am struggling. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. I am going to let you see me struggle. I don't mind. I'm not going to edit it out. Let's see. What's going to be the easiest way? And, you know, by the way, in the comments, I really, really appreciate all your comments. Let me know. Do you have a better way of holding it down? You know, I'm just kind of going by trial and error here. All right, so now we're springy. So if I can get down here and get my blade on here. And I'm going to get the blade on that little underneath it. There we go. Now see? The blade is holding the button down. Now if I can just keep it there. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is awesome. And hopefully I've done it right at this point, so when I put it back together, I don't have to redo it. So I'm holding it down. I'm not letting go. Don't let go. And now I'm going to put the scale on top. Try to hold everything together. Now, so the tricky part was just holding the button so I could get the blade in under that notch to hold it down. So I think we're going to be good to go once we get it tightened up. Maybe. We shall see. Let me go ahead and put the pivot, put the screw in here. I'm going to use my fancy bit driver. Let's see, where'd my pivot go? There it is. So this turned out to be longer than I expected, but you know what? I've had a lot of good runs with really short disassemblies, and I don't want you to think that every disassembly is only going to take 5 minutes or whatever it takes. Some of them take a little bit longer. So this is a good example of that. But other than just taking your... Now, I wasn't taking my time. I was rushing. Usually when I take knives apart, I'm sitting at a table and I'm enjoying it. I'm not tightening these down yet until I make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. And you can see that there's a little bit of Loctite on there if I can get some contrast going. See there, a little bit of blue, some Loctite. Be a good idea to use some if you don't check your knives all the time like I do. So I'm just going down until it starts giving me a little resistance. Let's see if we're centered. Oh, bam, dead centered. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up. I'm going to tighten her up. Well, it's pretty good. Pretty good. So this thing is machined so well, and the tolerances are just so nice. This took nothing. Holy cow. Let's go to the big screen. We are back. Now, before I forget, and by the way, the action on this thing is just unbelievable. You know, I don't even know if I could say it's smoother because it was so smooth before, but it is smooth. Now, the release date on this, I have it on good authority, is going to be March 4th, 2022. So if you're watching this on the 3rd, tomorrow is the day. If you're watching this on the 4th, that's the day, and so on and so forth. But man, I'm telling you what, I really, really like this knife. There's not really anything negative I can say about it unless you're concerned with the choil. That would be the only thing. It's comfortable. It's a great EDC. It's nice and in and out of the pocket. I've handed this to a couple people and they were like, "Ooh, I want one. Can I have it?" I'm like, "No, that's mine." But oh man, I'm telling you, this is so nice. And just so you know, there may be one of these given away here very soon. Just saying. A lot of good things are happening. You guys and gals are supporting the channel, commenting on every video, and I really appreciate it. Make sure you comment on this video. And if you don't have anything to say about the knife, tell me what you had for breakfast. Tell me what you had for lunch. Just say hello. Say hello to everyone else in the Beez Blades community. But I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions or I ended up forgetting something, which I'm good at, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but let me know. Oh my goodness. I could just sit here and flip this thing all day. There's nothing bad I could say. Anyway, that's enough. So until I see you the next time, remember to live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.